How to answer why should we hire you? Well, to start with, that's the entire purpose of the interview, isn't it? It is for you to give answers to why they should hire you. If you do a great job in an interview and implant your messages of why you are the best candidate, then there will not be that question. A hiring manager will not waste his time asking that question if you already made him feel that you are the right candidate and you are the best candidate. I am Dennis Shoshal. Let me get this closer. I'm a manager with PwC Consulting, the creator of Landing in 2 is Guaranteed and the Career Mastery. I try to help unemployed and underemployed find amazing jobs through my free video training series that is called Landing in 2 is Guaranteed. Alright, let's continue. So, let's say the hiring manager isn't sure yet and he still asks that question. What do we do? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you today. Watch until the end of this video to learn the best way to answer this question. Trust me, it's going to be awesome. Soon, you will learn the best way to answer this question, but I just need you to be patient. Let's first analyze the situation. First things first, what are your main objectives? What do you need to accomplish with your answers? Well, you need to convince them that you will fit in well with the organization culture, right? You possess all the skill sets and experience required. Hiring you will make them look smart. You can deliver great results. Right? So these are the messages you need to implant. Great. So in order to give these impressions, you need to understand the requirements of the role. So far so good. So think about what skills are required in the job description. What are mentioned in the job description? What experience and skill sets are they looking for? Now, I think we got the fundamentals out of the way, so it's about time we take this one level further. I believe you probably fit one of the two categories. You're either an experienced hire with many years of experience or a fresh graduate with limited experience. So let's start with the first one, shall we? If you have years of experience, then you need to know that the time has long gone for you to take more than you give, right? You're not a fresh graduate anymore. You have years of experience, so we expect hardcore results from you, right? You may even be joining the organization to solve a particular problem. Maybe increase the revenue, increase the profitability, who knows? But you are there to add a very strong value. So you just have to prove in the interview that you can generate those results. To do that, here's what is very important. I suggest you use a presentation. When they ask you why should we hire you, then you should just take out your printed out presentation and demonstrate your abilities and past experiences. You can use these slides and these ones here, and then just walk them through one by one, right? So these slides are really good, but if you want, you can make them even further. And while preparing and crafting the slides, think about the examples from your own career. Example is the absolute proof that you did it before and you could do it again. So it's very important. And the examples should illustrate that what was the problem, what did you do, and what was the result. And if you can, you should even talk about the methodologies you applied. And this is especially true if you're applying for a consulting role, especially management consulting role, because we are really interested in application of methodologies. So that's it for the experienced hire. Now let's talk about this section, the fresh graduates, right? So if that is the case and you are a fresh graduate or with limited experience, then your job will be a bit different. You need to, the impact slides that I showed you a while ago, it won't work for you because you haven't accumulated enough experience to showcase and demonstrate your past experiences, right? So don't use those slides, it will look fake. But you can use this one. I like how I do this. So, and this is where you can showcase your skill sets. It's just a one slider, and the entire purpose of that one is, you have the ability to rank your skill sets from 1 to 10. Because think about it, you don't really need decades of experience to have skill sets in a particular domain, right? Even with a 6-month internship, you may be already developing so many skills that are really, really important. Or even at college degree, you don't even need a work experience at all to have skills. So I think this one could be a very good tool. Alright, so let's take this now even a step further and let's look for an edge, right? So, well, if you like the video so far, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Cool? Alright, let's continue. I have one more great tip for you that I don't know if anyone else knows about or talks about, but what it is the unwritten requirements. From time to time I talk about this in my videos, but I think it's very important. So unwritten requirements are those that are too long to list down in a job post, but they exist. They exist in the mind of the hiring manager. He knows them inside out. After all, imagine all the things you will be doing in that job, all the tools and the software you'll be using. Would it be even remotely possible to list everything in a job post, in a 400-word job post? It's impossible, right? Impossible. So let's look at the examples. For example, you may talk about your ability to use Salesforce if it is a sales role, right? You may talk about your ability to use Primavera, MS Projects, anything, right? Anything, but as long as it is very job related. And the only way to, of course, know these is if you do a proper research before you go to that interview, right? Another one, for example, let's say you're an accountant and you can talk about your expertise in using IFRS or local GAAP, the generally accepted accounting principles. Again, if it is project management, it could be MS Projects, it could be Primavera, it could be the framework from Project Management Institute, the PMI, or it could be the methodology from Prince2, for example. So once more, mentioning these unwritten requirements will really, really work wonders with your interview, especially with your hiring manager interview. But be strategic about this. If they ask, why should we hire you? Don't go about it and say, you should hire me because I know how to use Salesforce. So obviously it won't work for you, right? Just make sure you mention them in your pitch, but almost like subliminally, right? I mean, you mention those words and all, but not necessarily in their eyes. Because at the end of the day, it's all about collecting points, right? So once the interview is over, the hiring manager is gonna sit down and think of the impression, right? So how do I feel about this guy? How do I feel about Jane? How do I feel about Joe? It's not going to be like very methodological. All right, you got 3.5, points from X, and you got 4.7 points from this. It's not going to be like that. So it's all about the impression. Alright, so once more, please give me a thumbs up if you benefited from this video and subscribe to my channel. Finally, I have one more great stuff for you. I spent quite a long time preparing a free 3-day video training for you. This is where I teach how to prepare, pass, and land interviews with multinational companies. Each video runs for about 30 minutes and they are very, very comprehensive with, well, I'm gonna say that, life-changing tips. I highly recommend you check it out at Landing Interviews Guaranteed. So, see you next time.
Hi, I'm Denis Shochal. I'm a manager with PwC Consulting and also the creator of Landing Interviews Guaranteed. I help unemployed and underemployed find amazing jobs with multinational companies through my free video training series. In this 3-day video training series that you're signing up for, I'm going to share with you my system for landing, preparing, and passing interviews with multinational companies. It's not easy, but with consistent action from you and the right direction from me, it's achievable. We will make a good team, I promise you. Because really, it's about time you learn to stop wasting your time with online applications and learn the real ways to getting and passing interviews. Again, it's a 3-day training program, so please make sure you're committed to it. Okay, click the button below, enter your email address so I know where to send your access details. I promise you, your life is about to change. I'll see you on the inside.